I'm sorry if you guys hear background noise throughout this video. My neighbors are f***ing animals, and they don't care that I'm trying to film a video. So if you hear anything, I'm sorry, that's them. And also Jordan. I don't understand why everyone has to be so loud the second I'm about to film a f***ing video. Okay. Hey guys, what is up? It is Andrew, and today I'm doing a video that I kind of started my YouTube channel because of. These are the types of videos I've always wanted to do, and I'm finally getting into it since, you know, we dropped all of that dead weight, aka the twins. Those videos are storytime videos. I have so many stories all throughout my life experience that I've wanted to share with the world, and I've never gotten to. Okay, so before I get into it, make sure you guys subscribe. If you do, like seeing my face. And also, stay till the end because I promise you it gets more and more interesting as it goes on. Should we get right into it? So this all started the last time I was on a plane. I was with Taylor, Brittany, and my dad. We were coming from New York to spend a few months in California. So we were doing our thing at the airport, you know, going through all of the customs, whatever. When we got to our gate, there was a lot of Hasidic Jew people on our gate, which no problem, I don't care, you know, you do you, everyone's friends here, whatever. They had kids, and these kids would not stop talking, like, and screaming. I don't mean talking, like, they were screaming. And I'm sure, as you guys know, like, when you're on a flight, the last thing you want to hear is screaming kids. Honestly, I don't blame these kids for screaming because the parents were dropping the kids on the ground and just leaving them there, which, if you don't believe me, I have pictures, which will be right here or here. There's two, so I'll put them on both sides, whatever. This doesn't even, like, relate to the reason why I almost got kicked off the plane. So fast forward, we're on the plane, right? And now the twins, strangely, got upgraded to, like, the more legroom, and they didn't even have to pay, they just got upgraded. So they're sitting up there, like, enjoying their life, and I am, like, what, a row or two back in between my dad, who is, you know, like, a bigger, like, he's a dad, and then this other man, we'll call him John, who is also bigger. I'm not, like, you know, the smallest, I'm kind of broad, whatever. So I'm sitting kind of uncomfortably in between the two, I'm, of course, in the middle. I notice that no one is filling the seats in front of me, the more legroom seats. And the twins got upgraded for, you know, no cost. So I was like, keeping an eye on that because obviously I want to sit there. A man did eventually end up sitting against the window in the row, but the other two seats with all the freaking legroom in the world were empty. So I was like, okay. So, you know, I just kind of stood up and, like, moseyed on over to that row. I just, like, put my knee on the seat. I was just, you know, like, testing the waters. The second my knee touched the leather of that seat, the man goes, "What are you doing?" He cuts me off, didn't even let me answer, and he goes, "You can't sit there unless you pay for it." So I was like, well, I know. I was just getting my bags in this upper compartment area. I had no bags in that area. So I like, you know, shuffled around up there, and then I closed it, whatever, and I went and sat back in between John and my dad. And then the flight takes off, and no one's sitting in those seats. And I'm like, okay, this man is not gonna care if I sit in those seats because I'm so far away from him. There's all the legroom in the world. He's against the window, he's like falling asleep. I was like, I got this is fine. I'm gonna build up the confidence. I have John over here telling me, like, go do it, like, we'll all be more comfortable. John's egging me on. You know what, I'll do it. I'll go sit there, it's fine. The man won't care, he'll be fine. And I just walk on over and confidently sit down. And I was like, okay, I'm here. Everything's going good. I see the twins over there. I'm like waving, we're like, yes. All of a sudden, this man, who now I'll describe to you as an older man, he was wearing cowboy boots, brown pants. He looked like the type of man who cares about a lot of things that you shouldn't fucking care about. I'm sitting there, comfortably. It must have been eating him away because all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I see him look at me and he goes, "You can't sit there." You know, I was still being nice. So I said, "The plane, you know, it's taking off, no one's sitting here, so, like, you know, we'll all be more comfortable if we sit like this. We'll see if the flight attendants notice, trying to make it like we're on a team." And he just stares forward, so I was like, oh, okay, we are in the clear. This is gonna be a good flight. So out of the corner of my eye, again, I see this man's hand go up in the air. So I was like, you know, maybe he wants like a cranberry vodka or like some pretzels. So I look at him and he goes, so obviously, you know me, my big mouth. I said, "Why's your hand up?" And he goes, "You can't sit there." And then I said, "Are you gonna tattletale on me?" I immediately, I'm like, do the dramatic, like, look around, and I was like, no one's paying attention because, you know, life doesn't revolve around me. I know. So immediately I look at the twins and I was like, This guy is tattling on me, you know, talking a little louder, drawing a little more attention, but still not a big deal. I'm sitting in the seat and my blood starts like boiling. Now I'm getting mad because I've done nothing wrong. I was nice to you. I smiled. You have your window seat. There's like 4 feet in between us. We have all this leg room. What is your problem? Why? Who cares? What does it matter to you if I didn't pay for this seat? Yes, I can pay for it. Do I want to pay $90 to have a few inches of legroom? It's not even the legroom I cared about. I just didn't want to be in between John and my dad. I'm not going to make the flight attendant come over here and make me move. I'm just going to move on my own. And now I am outraged. Unacceptably, unreasonably outraged. I want to kill this man. I'm getting up, and I'm getting up slowly because in my head I'm thinking of all the things I want to do to this man. I don't know what came over me, but I thought it'd be a good idea to face the whole entire plane and say, everybody, we have the plane police over here! Thinking that everybody would be like, wow, this kid, like, go him. No, everybody thought I was a psychopath. Nobody heard our altercation. No one knows what's going on. But now the whole entire plane knows that I'm crazy. This man isn't really saying much because, you know, he's, I think, taking the high road, the mature way, and not fighting over a seat. I expected to fight with this man. I thought he would fight back. That would, like, satisfy me. He was just staring forward. Put his hand down now. I look around and I notice there are kids around. I didn't want to, you know, scream, curse this man out because I don't want to expose kids to that type of behavior. You know, I'm a good person, unlike this man. I look at this man dead in the eye and I go, you are a very weird man. Honestly, that was the dumbest thing I could have said. I'm still embarrassed about it. The twins looked at me like, I was like, I know. I'm a row behind him now. I'm shimmying past freaking John. My dad's like, it's okay, Andrew, like, relax, don't worry. And I'm like, I did the next best thing. I leaned in between the 2 seats with my head so he could only see the front of my face. And I said, I'm gonna fucking kill you. So my dad was like, Andrew, are you kidding me? Like, you're gonna get us kicked off this plane? The flight attendants are now like coming over, they're like looking. There's a big thing going on. I told this man, I said, this is going to be the most awkward, uncomfortable flight of your life. So I was like, you know what can I do to get back at this man? And then John, he whispers in my ear and he goes, you should buy the seat. Why didn't I think of that? He told me he would go halfway with me. So I was like, this is perfect. Now, I'm not gonna buy the seat on the aisle. I'm gonna buy the seat in the freaking middle, directly next to this man. Waved over a flight attendant, bought the seat, me and John went halfways on it. I went and I sat right next to that man. I think I already won at this point. As I started winding down, I saw a whole entire row by the bathrooms with extra leg room. So I was like, I think I'm gonna go sit there. I'm not only gonna sit there, I'm gonna lay there. I went and I laid down in the whole entire row. And I still wanted to make this man very uncomfortable. So the whole entire rest of the flight, I took pictures and recorded him. I will put that right here. And then, I mean, it's kind of over now, but this I just have to throw in because it was the most strange flight of my life. There is a large, burly, Hasidic Jewish man staring at me the whole time. He was staring at me the whole time in the gate, probably staring at me during the fight, and now he's standing directly in front of me, just staring at me. And I'm kind of just looking at him. It's just really awkward. I could tell he wanted to say something. What does this man want to say to me? I could tell it's like building up inside of him. He just leans in to me. I lean toward him. Now we're kind of just awkwardly like staring at each other, leaning in. And he goes, you Jewish? And I went, no. And he went, that was that. And honestly, I'm still confused why he asked if I was Jewish. I wasn't wearing a hat, I didn't have curls, I was dressed like a slob. They all dressed very nicely. I'm still very confused about the whole entire flight. Honestly, it all happened though. The twins were there, my dad was there. Not making this up. People like to fight with me, guys, and I'm gonna be telling a lot of stories like this because I really think I'm the only one who's not crazy. I genuinely feel I am the only person who is sane in this whole entire world. If you guys did like this video, give it a thumbs up. I'm gonna be doing more videos like this, kind of work out the kinks. It's my first story time video. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment below if you've gotten into any fights with anyone in public places that you are now embarrassed about. And until next week, I will see you guys next week. Bye!